get you right. Yeah, you're alive.
Welcome to another episode of the Realtor Life Podcast. I'm your host, Michael G. Davis, broker and CEO of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. I want to welcome you to another one of our shows that's a part of BND TV's weekly lineup. We have another phenomenal guest for you today. But before I bring him on, I want to remind you that we are streaming live to our Facebook business page and our Success in Real Estate YouTube channel. So for those of you all that are checking us out live, I invite you to place your comments and questions in the live chat and take part in the show. Also, if you have a real estate need, like looking to buy a house, or maybe you are considering putting your house on the market for sale, we invite you to stay on after the show for a very special message just for you. Maybe you're thinking about getting your real estate license, or you're already licensed and you're considering making a change to another brokerage firm. You need more support. I invite you to stay on after the show as well. So without further ado, I want to bring to the stage a young gentleman that I met maybe a couple of weeks ago, man, and we just kind of hit it off, found that we have a lot in common. So I felt like it would be great for me to bring him on to expose him to my audience. He is a professional, real estate professional. He's also with Global Life FHD Insurance. So he offers some great services to real estate professionals as well as photography. He's also the owner of his own podcast as well, owner of FinFit Live. So I want to bring to the stage right now, Mr. Darnald Kimble. How you doing, Darnald?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
Hey, man, I'm doing amazing. I'm so grateful that you gave us a little piece of your time, man. I know you're a busy man, but I'm super excited to have you here, Darnald. So, I always like to explain to my guests, the reason that I started doing the Realtor Life podcast. My 18 years of being in the real estate industry, I feel that as professionals, we hadn't been appreciated, right? Our clients, our customers, sometimes even our colleagues, man, they put us in a box, not recognizing that we're people too, people with passions and many layers. So I wanted to create a platform where professionals like yourself could come on and showcase the many passions that you have in addition to being in real estate. Also, we do a little bit of coaching, right? I'm a coach. I'm a business and real estate coach as well. So we'll do that too. Before I get started though, Darnald, I know you're on this digital marketplace because you have your podcast. When people learn about you, they want to connect with you. Where can they find you online?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on almost every social media. So if you're looking for me personally, Darnald Jr. is how you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. Even my Gmail is darnaldjr@gmail.com. As far as my show is concerned, FinLit Live, you could go to finlitlive.com. I'll take you straight to our YouTube show. And then you could go on YouTube and subscribe to FinLit Live.
It is, man. FinFit Live. So I know you're probably going to pick up you some more subscribers, man, and some more eyeballs. And that's always a good thing, right?
I appreciate that.
So good, man. So like I said before, this platform is all about showcasing the passions and things like that. So I'm going to start you off like I start all my guests. What are some hobbies and things that you are into outside of business?
Absolutely. So I'm an adventurous person. I love traveling. I love doing extreme sports. So I've actually been skydiving twice, been surfing, jumped off a 70-story cliff. My wife and I, we love to travel. So never a dull moment. So for my birthday last year, we went to iFly. I don't know if you ever experienced that before, but iFly is absolutely phenomenal. So I felt like it's a different experience than skydiving. Like in iFly, I literally felt like Superman because you could go up and down. So skydiving, you're just straight falling.
Wow. So iFly. No, I haven't ever experienced, but I've seen it, right? I've seen the building. But man, I always thought iFly was for those people that was too afraid to jump out of a plane like you, man. So like, you know what I'm saying? You the real courageous person. What made you, what excites you about the extreme adventurous sports and things that you do?
Yeah, I guess it's just the adrenaline. I'm an adrenaline junkie. And one of my phrases in life is fear is pointless, right? And so a lot of times people don't do things is because fear holds them back. Yeah. And this is one of the things I teach my team personally. I was like, do you know that fear and excitement are the exact same emotion physiologically speaking? Mm-hmm. And the only difference between being afraid and being excited is how you interpret that emotion in your brain. So
Mm.
literally, when you're afraid, what happens? Your heart rate goes up, your palms get a little sweaty, get a lot more energetic, right? When you're excited, what happens? Your heart rate goes up, your palms get a little sweaty, get a little bit more, like physiologically speaking, it's literally the exact same emotion. So it's
Yeah.
how people's perspective of that emotion in their mind. And so I choose to say it's excitement when I get
Yeah.
the emotion, and that's what propels me to do the things that most people don't want to do.
Man, that is an excellent word, man. So is your wife jumping out of these planes with you too?
No, she's on the ground recording me as I'm coming out the sky. So
Yeah.
opposites attract, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, look, you hadn't quite gotten her to buy into that old fear over excitement or excitement over
Now,
fear.
I do give her kudos because she did do iFly with me. So
There
she's
we go.
like one and done, but she at least got in the iFly machine.
Baby steps. Baby steps, right? All right.
Absolutely.
So now you also mentioned traveling. So what are some of what's one of the most interesting places that you visited that you'd like to share with the audience?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually have a heart for mission trips. And so I've been on 5 international mission trips throughout my years, 3 to Mexico, 1 to the Philippines, and 1 to Africa. And they're all unique and different, but in every situation, they're very humbling. I always encourage everybody to get out America as soon as possible so you can see how blessed we are here in America. And we have a tendency to take it for granted, especially when we don't see other people's lifestyles. But in Africa specifically, we went to go serve a Mozambique refugee camp. And so basically, the South African government didn't want to support them. So they wouldn't let them build any housing. They didn't have any running water, no electricity, nothing. So our goal is we asked the church for $1,200 to be able to buy shoes for the kids. And the church actually doubled our request. So we ended up buying clothes and shoes for the kids. And just to see their reaction was so priceless. They were so humble, so grateful, and they had so much joy, even though they didn't have much. Like they had a ton of joy. Like a little soccer ball brought them the greatest level of joy. And it's like kids nowadays, they need an iPhone, they need the Xbox, they need all these things to be happy. When other people in other countries, it's just the simple things. And so it's always a humbling experience. I love going to see what the locals experience versus just doing it on a vacation level, because a vacation level you see the ritz and glamour when there's the locals that have the real lifestyle, and that's what I want to see and serve.
Wow. And yeah, I can imagine that it offers you a different level of perspective.
Absolutely.
That's phenomenal. So you mentioned that you do the mission trips through your church and things like that. What is it that attracted you? I mean, where does that come from as it relates to you? Like, had you been in that place and people care for you and you just want to pay it forward? Like, how did that become something important to you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I did my first international mission trip was actually in college, and I love my church in college because they're very missional. They have the missionary heart. They actually plant churches across the world, and so that's what really helped me develop a broader perspective that hey, there's more than just here in America.
Yeah.
And so my first mission trip was actually to Juarez, Mexico, and it's incredible just going across the border from Texas that it's a whole nother world out there. And just the lifestyle that they have is night and day compared to what we have in America, just even stepping across the border. So that was a really humbling experience. And that was my first time going out of the country for a mission trip. So I ended up going back 2 more times for my spring breaks in college.
Wow.
And it was definitely worth it. I learned a lot of valuable life lessons in the process, and it helped me appreciate what we have here.
Wow, that's a phenomenal story, man. I love to learn more, and I'm pretty sure the audience would love to learn more. When you go on your missions, do you document what you're doing on your social media platforms?
This is before I really got into social media, so not really. I didn't document it at the time.
Yeah,
I was just in college, and so I was just living the college lifestyle.
yeah,
And my goal was just to graduate and get out Baylor debt free. So I
yeah,
was focused.
absolutely. Good stuff, man. Well, look, that kind of gives us a great segue into something else that I know that you're super passionate about, which is I believe ties into what you offer as far as the supplemental insurance. So you want to talk a little bit more about that and how that could be impactful to maybe real estate professionals?
Absolutely. So the incredible part is most people are familiar with health insurance. They're familiar with life insurance, which we do offer life too. But most people do not know much about supplemental. Most people heard about our competitor Aflac, the duck, right? But they don't know exactly what Aflac does. And Aflac is a good company. I give them kudos for them for their heart because they have the same heart as we do. We just want to help people in their greatest time of need. So when it comes to any type of medical issue or bankruptcy in general, so most bankruptcies are caused because of medical related issues. And the kicker is 70% of those have health insurance.
Mm.
I think people kind of get a false illusion with health insurance. They assume if they have health insurance, everything's going to be okay. But the reality is, health insurance is just designed to protect the doctors and the hospitals, right? They're not designed to protect us, especially real estate professionals, being independent contractors, because if they can't work, guess what? They still got their everyday bills coming in.
Yeah.
So that's where we come into play. Is we don't pay the doctors, we don't pay the hospitals. What we do is we pay cash directly to our clients when they're going through something catastrophic like cancer, heart attacks, strokes, accidents. That way they can use it however they need to. And one advantage we have over most companies in the market is for our clients, if they don't use it, if they buy it when they're under 55, they get 100% of their money back. 100%.
Wow.
So imagine if you got all your car insurance back if you never used it.
Yeah.
So about 2 weeks ago now, I just delivered a check to one of our clients he's been our client for over a decade. He's never used it. He got a check for over $7,000 back.
Wow.
At the end of last year, I just delivered a check to a lady for over $18,000.
Really?
She was literally in tears.
Wow.
And for me, that's priceless. That's why I've been with this company, representing this company over 13 years now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you say, so 13 years you've been representing the company. And, you know, when it comes to the supplemental life or it's supplemental insurance is the proper term for it, right?
Correct.
Right. But you also mentioned that you do offer life insurance as well on top of that. So you want to talk a little bit about maybe some of the products that people should know about?
Absolutely. So I love our company because they keep it simple. We literally only have 7 products. Like I've been representing 7 products for 13 years. Nice and simple. I like simple. And so as far as the supplemental, we have 5 of them. So it's cancer, heart attacks and strokes, accidents, ICU, hospital indemnity. And like I did mention, we do carry life. So we have 2 life products. One is life insurance for adults. It is a whole life policy. And then the one I'm excited about the most is actually the whole life for kids. Like, especially parents, they don't want to think about their kids pass away anytime soon. But this day and age, it's shenanigans to say the least. Like everything that's happening nowadays. But the beautiful part about the child whole life is even if the kids are 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, they'll still be in place and they're locked into the rate. And the most expensive one is less than $30. So I was like, I wish my mom would have bought me a $30 life insurance policy when I was a kid.
Yeah. Wow. That is awesome. And if people want to learn more about what you're providing and what you're offering, like what's the best way for them to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So they could go to my website is www.darnaldjr.com.
Okay.
Or they could send me an email at darnaldjr@gmail.com.
All right.
And they could reach out to me directly.
Yeah. You make it easy for them, huh?
Absolutely. Darnald Jr. is across the board.
Yeah, as long as they remember your name, Darnald Jr., they'll be able to connect with you. That's phenomenal. So, one of the things that I like to do is I like to see how people are able to merge, what they're passionate about with their business. So do you find, with your interest in the extreme sports, with your interest in travel, do you at times find those 2 worlds merging together? Or are you being able to leverage what you're passionate about to help you grow your business and meet new customers?
Absolutely. So that's one of the joys of working with Globe Life Family Heritage Division is they offer us amazing incentives, amazing travel incentives. Like I've literally been around the world because of Family Heritage, and it's been great. So work hard, play hard, right? And they definitely reward us for our hard work. Like my wife and I, we went on a cruise. We also went to Cabo San Lucas, been all over the United States, San Francisco, Vegas, obviously, Cleveland. Like they take us all over the map. And so for me personally, honestly, it's hard to pay for a vacation, knowing that my company provides such amazing vacations. It's just
right. I can imagine. Like I can imagine that being a tough deal. So when you what would you say is maybe one of your biggest challenges that you're dealing with right now?
Yeah, and my biggest challenge, and it might be a lot of people could probably relate with this, is finding amazing people for my team
Okay.
and growing my insurance agency. Because people, like when you're interviewing them, they're like, "I'm amazing, I'm a hard worker, I have a great attitude," but then you provide the opportunity, and then the real colors come out, right? It's like,
Yeah.
wait, I thought you said you're a hard worker. How come you're not going to work? I thought you had a great attitude. How come you're complaining to me for 30 minutes on the phone, right?
Yeah.
So
Then you start
just
seeing who they really are, huh?
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I always like to find little opportunities, especially in our conversations, where we could talk a little bit about it, maybe do some coaching. So, what are some of the ways that you're going about looking for people?
Yeah, so we actually have a database of resumes, so we reach out to those people. The best people that I've found personally on my team are the ones that I personally recruit, whether
Hmm.
it's just haphazardly or just in the field while I'm selling insurance, or it could be actual clients. Like some of my clients have actually been my best agents, and so
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
And you know what, man? And I think that's the formula, right? I think you already know how to do it, right?
Mhm.
You have a precedence that already shows it. I actually co-sign with you on that. Like my team has been just from haphazard. It hasn't really been from resumes. It hasn't really been from really putting it out there using like ZipRecruiter or Indeed or some of those places. It's been me putting it out, talking to people, getting referred by people. And then here's the kicker though, Darnell. We tend to want people to walk through the door and they be amazing, right? Not understanding that as leaders, we take what comes through the door and we have to develop them into amazing. And I don't think a lot of leaders do it. Like I don't think they commit to that being really a part of what it's about. Like if you want a great team member, you got to help make that team member great, and that takes time and that takes patience. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So they're like a tree, and we need to develop them to a statue.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of it, Donald, is that people are afraid that like I'm going to invest and I'm going to sow all this time and energy into somebody and they're going to leave, right? And
Hmm.
I do believe that's why people hold back. I'm just of the belief that if that does happen, hey, I mean, it really wasn't anything that you could do about it anyway. But I do believe that if a person feels like they're growing and they're connected into something that's really truly life changing and impacting their life, why would they want to leave that? why,
Mhm.
why would they want to leave that source if you're assisting with helping a person achieve the goals and the outcomes that they want to achieve? So that's kind of how I approach it, man. And it seems like it's been working for me so far.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have a very growing and thriving team, which is awesome to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's next for you, Donna? What's next on the agenda for you and Globe Life and Finlit Live? What's next?
Yeah, so I just started doing photography and headshots and videography on the side. So it's just more of a fun project more than anything, just to get the creative outlet out.
Mhm.
So if any real estate agent needs headshots, let me know. If you need me to go follow you on your house tours, let me know. I'll be happy to do any of that.
So let's unpackage that a little bit, Donna. One day you woke up and you decided, you know what, I like taking pictures. Is that how did you evolve into that piece?
Well, I think I get it from my dad.
Okay.
My dad definitely was the photographer growing up. We have albums on top of albums on top of albums of all the pictures he's taken throughout the years.
Yeah.
And actually, in middle school, I was part of the GT program. And in part of the GT program, they actually gave us photography classes to the point where we actually went in the dark room and we got to expose the negative. And so they
Wow.
taught us like all the fundamentals of photography. Like you have to know your foreground, your background, lighting. I'm a huge stickler for lighting. That's why I have all the lights around me. If I turn my camera around, you see how many lights I have on right now.
Yeah.
So it's, I think that's where it all stems from. And I've always loved taking pictures, even throughout the years. So it's just monetizing my passion.
Yeah, what you already enjoy. And I think that's a good word. I don't want to move past that too fast, right? You decided I want to monetize what I'm passionate about. And
Mhm.
I believe that if more people made that decision, then financially people will be in better places, get understanding that what you enjoy doing has a high potential for it to be able to produce the kind of income that you want. Darnald, I know financial literacy is something that's very important to you and you're passionate about as well. So let's talk about that. Like, what is it about financial literacy, even to the point to where you started the podcast? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, absolutely. So I choose to stay in my lane. So I've been in insurance for over a decade, so that's my expertise. But I do know a lot of people. And so what I'll do is I'll bring them on the show and similar to what you're doing and just interview them live and open up to the guests so if they have questions. And so my pet peeve growing up is school didn't talk about the two biggest M's that almost everybody deals with, which are money and marriage, right? And so it's really tragic, honestly. And I think it's purposeful because if they could keep us ignorant on how money works, then guess what? They have control, right?
Correct.
And
Mhm.
so that's what I want to do is put the control back into our lives where we know how to utilize the tool of money and help people put money in the proper perspective because I feel like so many people base their self-worth based on their bank account.
Mhm.
And if people realize the foundation of money and especially how the money system was established here in America and where it's at today,
Mhm.
then it's all like to me, it's honestly like monopoly money because they literally, the government can print it at whim. And it's really sad that people are basing their self worth off of these sheets of paper that the government is just literally making out of air.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Printing money.
absolutely. So,
That's
we're
good,
going through inflation for a reason.
man. So I can imagine that you talk a lot about those topics and things on your podcast.
Absolutely.
So how often do you shoot a show? Like, it's weekly, monthly? Like, how does it go?
Yeah, so we go live every Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And so we'll bring guests on and interview them live. And then we open up to the audience. So if the audience has questions, they could type in the chat their questions and get their
Mhm.
questions answered to anything personal finance related. So it could be cryptocurrencies to real estate to how to save better, how to invest, any personal finance related
Yeah, and
topic.
this is going live on YouTube, on your
Yes.
YouTube channel. All right, man.
So we broadcast actually on 5 different platforms at the same time. So I have 2 different Facebook stations that I'm broadcasting to, my personal Facebook and the Finlit Live Facebook page. Like you mentioned, we do go live on YouTube. I'm also going live on LinkedIn and also on
Mm,
Twitter, all at the
awesome.
same time.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Okay, good, man. Well, look, Donna, man, I really appreciate. Like, I knew that people are going to find a lot of value in hearing from you today and my audience, and you showed up, man. So thank you for not letting me be a liar today because you did your thing. Before I let you go, man, is there any final words that you want for the audience, or maybe there was something that you didn't get a chance to share that you want to share right now?
Yeah, the key is life is short, so you got to find your passions and you got to follow what you're passionate about because you might be here one day and gone the next, and that was put on an explanation point for me because it was about 6 years ago. A car ran a red light, hit me on the driver's side, completely totaled my car. Fortunately, I wasn't hurt or no whiplash, nothing. But it was just a wake up call. I was like, I could have just died. And
Yeah,
it helped me realize how fragile life is. So you can't take anyone or anything for granted. You can't take time for granted. So seize the moment now and live your best life now.
I love it, man. That's a powerful word, Donald, man. And as you continue to with the, if you could, as you continue to attack life with that perspective, man, I know it's nothing but greater and greater things in store for you, man. So I'm super excited to be able to walk on that journey with you, man. Thank you, Donald.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, family. I told you my man was powerful. He was going to bring the word, and he actually did. So make sure you go and visit FinFit Live. Go to his YouTube channel. Go and subscribe. Learn, see past episodes. And at some point in the future, you're going to see yours truly as one of those individuals that's going to be on the show. All right. Before I let you go, let's jump into what's coming down the pipeline here at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. As always, we have our B&D TV weekly lineup of shows. Right now, you're checking out the Realtor Life podcast, but later on today, we're going to be doing our Realtor Happy Hour. right? So make sure that you jump back on, check out what's going on with our Real Estate Happy Hour Live. Again, we go live on YouTube. We go live on our business Facebook page as well. And Real Estate Happy Hour Live is just an opportunity for real estate professionals to jump on and just talk about a little bit of randomness. We just say it's shop talk, right? Gives you a good break away from the hustle and the bustle, the grind. We look at trending topics. We look at, what's happening in the market. We discuss things as it relates to, what's on Twitter. So we discuss a number of things, current events, real estate industry related things. So we just have a really good time on our Real Estate Happy Hour Live. So make sure you come in and you check that out on Tuesday and every Tuesday at 2:30. Then later on tonight, I'm going to be going live on Instagram at 8 o'clock, doing another live stream. It's the many ways to buy and sell a home. I do it every Tuesday and Thursday, real estate out the box. And the reason that we call it real estate out the box is because there's so many consumers that believe that there's only one way to buy or sell, or in essence, do real estate. And what happens is that in their mind, they feel like they don't fit within those parameters, so they don't even try. So what I wanted to do is that I wanted to give some exposure and showcase all the many non-traditional tools, resources, and programs that people who want to buy or sell can actually learn about, know about, and begin to employ to help move them to the next level in their real estate need, just as a way to inspire and encourage more people to go after their dream. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I go live. I showcase one program every week. I literally have over 50 programs right now in my treasure chest of things that I'm able to expose, and I'm adding to it all the time, right? So every Tuesday and Thursday, I go live. I showcase one program, but I give you an opportunity to where if you have questions, you have comments, you want to learn more about it, that opportunity is there. So we're going to be doing that today at 8 o'clock. All right. Then on tomorrow, at CEO Coach Mike, yours truly, doing a training, finding your sphere of influence. It is going to be a phenomenal training. I promise you. One of the things that I talk about at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm is that we have a formula, right? There is a formula for you to be successful as a real estate professional. And we have the formula. Most people don't have the formula. That's why when we hear disturbing statistics as only 12% of the HAR membership has done more than 10 transactions over a 12-month period. 12%, right? When we hear statistics as over 50% of real estate members of the Houston Association of Realtors, over 50% did one or less transaction over the last 12 months. It's because they don't have the formula. Well, we have the formula. So tomorrow, when I do my Finding Your Sphere of Influence training, we're going to incorporate the formula. We're going to talk about it, right? And then we're going to show where the sphere of influence fits in being able to successfully move through it and grow your formula, right? We're going to be talking about strategies. We're going to be talking about techniques. We're going to jump into some of the maybe psychological aspects of things that's shortchanging you on your potential. We're going to spend 2 hours really digging into it, and then you're going to be able to walk away from it with the ability to utilize the things that you've learned from it, and for you to be able to utilize it immediately, because that's what we're about with the way that we train and the way that we educate. Right. So tomorrow, 12 o'clock, you can come in person at our coaching and training center near NRG, or you can jump on Zoom. We just need you to go to our website and register your seat so you can get the information. Right. We're going to be spending 2 hours from 12 to 2. It's going to be definitely worth your time. And the information that you're going to get, the techniques, the strategies, you'll be able to go back and employ into your business and change it all, change everything, right? So don't miss out. You do not have to be a Brooks & Davis real estate agent to participate. If you're a licensed professional, whoever your broker is, you can participate in tomorrow's training. And I definitely want you to take advantage of what I'm going to be doing tomorrow with Finding Your Sphere of Influence beginning at 12 o'clock on tomorrow. All right. So then as we get to Thursday, our Prime Real Estate Network Live, which is another part of BND TV. our co-founder, Larry W. Brooks, as well as our host, Mr. Rick Davis, Prime Real Estate Rick. They bring on entrepreneurs, again, that have a story to tell. You want to learn. You want to be able to pull these gems from these powerful people that Rick and Larry bring on and they talk to. Do it every Thursday. They go live at the 12 o'clock hour. And then you can also subscribe to their YouTube channel as well as the Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm YouTube channel so you can see any past episodes that you may have missed of the Prime Real Estate Network. But you'll definitely be able to join in the conversation on Thursday at 12 o'clock. All right, so then also on Thursday, we're going to be joined with one of our partners. Join us for lunch, a lunch presentation, Born Again Property Management. We love bringing these. We did a town hall meeting last week, and one of the things that our agents told us that they really enjoy is that they enjoy when we bring partners and expose them to different resources or tools that they can pull into their tool belt. Because one of the things that we teach at Brooks and Davis is that you have to show yourself more valuable than the next realtor. We believe everybody knows a realtor, right? Cousin, uncle, mother-in-law, sister, everybody has a relationship with a realtor. But the only way for you to trump that relationship is you have to be more valuable. So that's why we do things of exposing people, exposing businesses, exposing partners, where our agents can tap into their tools and resources and show themselves more valuable to help make it easier for people to pick them over their relationships. So we're going to be bringing in a company, Born Again Property Management. Can't wait to hear from them to see, how they get the highest rents for their clients, as well as their abilities and to make the process streamlined and provide the 24/7 customer support for the tenants. Like they in essence, they deal with the headaches. So you want to learn more about it. So that's going to be on Thursday at 12 o'clock. Again, you do not have to be an agent with Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. We just need you to register at the website at www.brooksanddavis.com to reserve your seat. All right. So then what's next is on this Saturday, we're doing a gun training with Action Jackson. So if you're wanting to get your license to carry or your concealed handgun license, here's an opportunity for you to do it at a very affordable cost, $165, which includes the class time as well as the ammunition and your gun for going to the gun range and your time at the gun range. So, the one thing about guns is that people do need to get more trained on how to use them, right? It's one thing to say that I want to have it for my family's protection, but if you don't know how to use it properly, right? If you don't understand the safety parameters around it, then you could actually be putting your family in a risky situation. So we don't want that to happen. So 1 to 2 times a month, we're honored to have Mr. Jermaine Jackson with Action Jackson Gun Training to come in and teach people about the proper way to handle guns. So we're going to be doing one of those this Saturday, again, at a very affordable price, $165. Go to the website, register, and we'll get the information over to Mr. Jackson. All right. I definitely want you all to go to our social proof link. Social proof is extremely important in any business, right? Before we make any purchases, what's the first thing we do? We go look at the comments, right? I just made a couple of purchases last week, and looking at the comments, looking at the ratings is what helped me decide of the many options, which one was the best way to go. So it's the same thing at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, being a brokerage firm. People have many options that they can choose from as it relates to a broker. So we wanted to put enough out in the marketplace so people could see that we deliver on the promises that we make, right? We promise to support you. We promise to offer development and develop you and grow you. Like, we give all these promises, but you can go to our social proof link, and instead of hearing it from me, right? Because obviously you're probably going to think I have a biased opinion. I'm the CEO of the company. I think of course I'm going to think that we're the best thing since sliced bread, right? The best brokerage in the stratosphere. Of course I'm going to believe that. Well, but for you to hear it from 50 plus other individuals, video, audio, written testimonies of how people's lives have been changed by being connected with Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, then that's a whole different story. So that's why I want you to go to the link. And look, you may have a story. You may want to share. You may want to participate. Well, there's an opportunity on that link for you to easily submit your own written testimony, your own audio testimony, your own video testimony straight through the link and share your story with the world about how Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm has impacted your life. Make sure you go to our social proof link so you can learn more about that. Also, just going to talk a little bit about SEO Coach Mike. I've created 4 dynamic classes. Now you're able to get CE credit when hosting these classes. I can come in and I can book one of these classes for your group, for your team, to help develop and grow your team. Right? Like I said earlier about the sphere of influence training we're doing on tomorrow. Whenever you bring SEO Coach Mike into the building, your people are going to walk away with resources, tools, information, and awareness that they can apply immediately to begin to see changes in their businesses, in their life, right? To enhance production, to enhance results. That's what it's all about when I come in, right? So I'm not just going before your group just to talk, just to run my mouth. For me, that's a waste of time. If you don't have any takeaways, if your people don't have any takeaways that they can employ immediately to make a difference in the results that they're getting, then it's not worth it, right? So I'm intentional about making sure that takes place when we deal with these 4 topics. So if that's something that your group could use, go ahead and book at CEO Coach Mike. It's real simple. Just go to michaelgdavis.com/bookings and put in there your interest, determine which class you would be interested in me coming in, if you want the CE credit or not, because we can get that set up and then we can go from there. So go ahead and book SEO Coach Mike today. All right, and then finally, I want to talk about our World Changers table. It's something that I do every Tuesday evening. There is a definite need for coaching in our marketplace, especially in the real estate space. It can be very expensive, right? And coaching is very expensive. Coaching is really about guidance. Coaching is about, exposing to people that are going along a path that has already been traveled, right? It allows people to avoid the pitfalls, to avoid the dead ends, right? To avoid the U-turns and the same mistakes that someone else has experienced. That's what coaching is about. Coaching is life-changing. It's transformative when you have the right coach, when you have an authentic coach, right? I call myself an authentic coach because there's a lot of fake coaches that are out in the marketplace. So because of that, because I've invested, hundreds of hours of academic work, tens of thousands of dollars into being trained and prepared as a coach that'll go and change people's lives, I wanted to be able to provide that expertise to more than just those that are members of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. And that's why I started the World Changers table, which is something that I do every week. You spend an hour with SEO Coach Mike, and I'm able to use what I've learned, my techniques, my heart, my resources, my connections, my everything to help you deal with some challenges that you may have in your business as a real estate professional, or that you just may have in your business, period. Or maybe you have it in your life, right? I'm able to connect. You're able to access me, and we begin to dig in together and work through those challenges. There's not a contract. All you have to do is pay for your seat. Right. So every week, a person could spend a small amount to pay for their seat with SEO Coach Mike at the World Changers table. And I call it the World Changers table because when people begin to plug in their gaps, fill in the connections, that's when not just their world begins to change. Right. Let me help you change your world. But as everybody's world begins to change, then we're going to start seeing change in our world, right? So come be a world changer with me on Fridays. Again, go to michaelgdavis.com/WCT. Learn more about it. You can book it. You can schedule. And I look forward to seeing you on this Tuesday. There are only 4 seats per session. We keep it intimate. We keep it small because we want to get the most bang for our buck. Go learn more at www.michaelgdavis.com/WCT. All right. With that being said, man, again, I want to say thank you to our guest, Mr. Darnald Jr. at gmail.com, darnaldjr.com. Make sure that you go visit him. For those, as a reminder, if you are thinking about buying a house, you're thinking about putting your house on the market for sale, if you're considering getting your real estate license, maybe you have it already and you're wanting to make a change, you need to be with a brokerage firm that offers you more support, better support, that has a commitment to developing you and changing your life. Stay on for a very special message so you can learn more about it. Again, this has been the Realtor Life Podcast. I am your host, Michael G. Davis, broker and CEO of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, Realtor plus business coach. Looking forward to coaching you into the cosmos. It's time to take off, baby. Make it a great one. Hey, this is Michael G. Davis, CEO of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, LLC. I am also a Realtor plus business coach. If you are currently have a real estate need, or you're in the process of getting your real estate license, or maybe you've already gotten your license, awesome. Watch this whole video because I have some outstanding news just for you. Now, if you are considering buying a home, we want you to know that we offer at no cost or commitment to schedule a showing for you to see any property in the Houston Metroplex. But when you hire our real estate company to help you, we will hold your hand and guide you through the home buying process step by step. Visit our website or give us a call at the number shown to learn more. Or maybe you're considering putting your home on the market for sale. We want you to know that we offer at no cost or no commitment a couple of things. First is a free neighborhood buying and selling activity report for your home. This report will show you the amount of buying and selling that has taken place within your neighborhood within the most recent 6 to 12 months. All we need is your mailing address and email address to get the report over to you. We also offer at no cost or commitment a free in-person property condition home evaluation. This is where one of our real estate professionals will come into your home and give you recommendations and advice on what changes to make to the condition of your home and talk with you about how these changes could help sell your home faster and or for more money. But when you hire our real estate company to help you sell your home, we will put your home in front of more active home buyers than any other realtor. Just visit our website or give us a call at the number shown to learn more. Finally, if you are in the process of getting your real estate license or with a brokerage firm and thinking of making a change, we want you to know that we offer at no cost or commitment for you to be able to attend any Brooks & Davis real estate firm training or event. But when you join our firm, we will show you how to get everything you want using your real estate license. And what we believe real estate professionals want are an outstanding quality of life, the freedom of having options, and the ability to pursue what makes them happy. Visit our website or give us a call at the number shown to learn more.